Okay, I'm going to go extremely fast because if you guys had questions, y'all would have probably asked me yesterday because y'all had a lot of time with this. You're about to take a test. There is a non-calculator portion. There's 4 questions. Very, very simple. And then there is, well, actually, one of them, so, will challenge you maybe. And then, of course, there is a calculator portion that you will take on a Chromebook. So here we go. We're going to get started with some of them I'm going to do, and then some of them you're just going to see the answers. So here we're going to add A and B. So remember, you literally are taking your corresponding parts. So like -9 plus 5, of course, is -4. Then you're taking 3 plus -1, which is 2. You're taking 0 plus -2, that's -2. And -1 plus -4, which is -5. So you're literally just adding your corresponding elements. As you can see, number 2 is already done. Just check to make sure you did that as subtraction. Number 3, multiple choice, it's already done. You had to distribute -5 to the matrix A. So you multiplied it by every single one of these, and this was your answer C. So I'm going to do A minus B, number 4. And again, I'm just going to circle them so I don't have to keep going back and forth. I'm going to go -2 minus -8. Well, minus negative is plus, so that's going to be -2 plus 8, which is +6. -1 minus -6, so -1 plus 6 is 5. 3 minus 7 is -4. -4 minus -1 is negative or plus 1, so -4 plus 1 is -3. Then we've got 8 minus 4, that's 4. And we've got 5 minus 3, that's 2. So there you have it. Okay, now, again, I know that on a calculator, that's no problem to type those in, but when you have no calculator, you got to do that on your own, and that's not a problem. You can do this. Same with number 5. So literally, there's going to be one like this. Number 1, there's going to be one like number 4. There's going to be one like number 5. You can do these. Here, we're simply distributing that 2 to every single part. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times -3 is -6. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times -4 is -8. I know you can do those without calculators. Same will be true for the test. So no problem. Number 6, of course, you're just adding. So that's similar to the one above, but let's say this was the multiple choice portion. The part that you're going to do with your calculator, you're going to probably type it in. Now, this is the one, this is probably the only one that's going to be difficult for any of you guys on the test itself. Remember, this is a 2 by 2 times a 2 by 2. Well, again, since these are the same, I can multiply and the result will be a 2 by 2. So please remember, we're taking one row and multiplying it by one column at a time. 4 times -7 is -28, plus -1 times -4 is +4. Now, then I'm going to erase this real quick. I'm doing that same row, but by this column this time. 4 times 3 is 12. And then -1 times -2 is +2. Okay, I'm going to erase that because now we're done with that row. We move to this row and that first column. 6 times -7 is -42. And I'm giving you easier multiplication on the test. So you won't even have to do that. And then 7 times -4 is -28. Then the last one that you're going to do is you're going to do that second row by that second column. 6 times 3 is 18. And 7 times -2 is -14. So your answer is -28 plus 4. That's -24. You got 12 plus 2. That's 14. You got -42 minus 28. That's -70. And you got 18 minus 14. That's 4. And again, the math that you'll do on the non-calculator portion will be way easier than even those numbers. It'll be way easier. Now on number 8, that'll be on the multiple choice portion on the Chromebook. You'll be able to use your calculator. Number 9, same. When you tried to type that in your calculator, it didn't work. Number 10, those are the answers, but I did not put one of those on the test, so I want to kind of breeze on through that. If you have a question, you can ask me later. I want to do one of these. So I'm going to do this one right here. So here we go. You can see it. I'm going to go to second matrix math. I'm going to scroll up to RREF. Then I'm going to do alpha zoom. It is 3 variables. So we're doing a 3x4 matrix. Now I fill in all my values. So if you're looking at your paper at 6, that's -9, that's 15, and 42. Next, you've got 4, you've got -1, you've got -2, and you've got -17. Last thing, you've got -1, you've got -1, you've got +1, 3. Before I push enter, let me say one thing. Please be careful. If you have a missing variable in an equation, you plug a 0 into that missing variable. These should be your x's, these should be your y's, these should be your z's, these should be your constants. Please don't forget that. Now, when I push enter, notice my 1's diagonally. So my answers are -1, 3, and 5. -1, 3, and 5. Now, one more time, let me go back through this. This would be your x, this would be your y, this would be your z. All right, so there's number 12 and 13. And then, of course, number 14, after I made this change where I told you to mark these out, you should have come up with adult tickets being about $30.47 and your student tickets being $117.01. So the problem that's like that on your test today, it's going to be way easier. So listen, you're going to do great. I know that there is a non-calculated portion and that makes you nervous, but you're going to do just fine. So what you need to do is clear off your desk, except for your pencil, close your calculator because you're about to take the 4-question non-calculator portion. And then when you're done, you'll turn that into Miss Duncan, and then you will take the Chromebook version with your calculator. All right, have fun.